Allow us to begin. Hey guys, welcome back. We're back with Good Morning Pop Culture, and before we get into this week's video, this is a very Star Wars heavy video. Theme parks, TV shows, Disney Plus, all the Star Wars that you can handle. Let's get to Pop of the Day, which is of course Star Wars. Hello and welcome to Pop of the Day, the weekly segment where we talk about pops. I know that you probably couldn't understand a single word that just came out of my mouth. So this one right here, this Pop of the Day. It's a great pop. Let's take it out of the box. Alright, we have him out of the box now. It's Hondo Udonta. Let's just get a nice close-up view of that beautiful pop. This is from the Galaxy's Edge opening here in Florida. I did not go, but they were selling it online, so I bought it because I thought it looked cool. And I wanted some opening day Galaxy's Edge merch. You can sort of see his eyes through his goggles if you look hard enough. They're there. And it's a great sculpt, it's a great pop, and it's going to go right here on this shelf. Look, can we get a pan down of that shelf?
Ooh, that's a nice shelf.
Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Alright, back to the Star Wars topic. So Galaxy's Edge has opened since we last talked. It's not doing so well. That's not a good thing. I'm not going to joke about it. It's not a good thing. Because I personally still like Star Wars. I know a lot of people are very mad at Star Wars, and they like the original movies, they just don't like current Star Wars. And that's fine. Hate current Star Wars, that's cool. Good for you. Hate it. I do like some current Star Wars, I don't like some current Star Wars. The Last Jedi, at this point I'm like, yeah, you kind of ruined the Star Wars fan base, so I don't really like you that much. Rogue One, enjoyed that. Force Awakens, tolerated that. Solo, I think it got crapped on at the box office by everyone. I think it was good. And now, with the Rise of Skywalker, there's very little hype about it. Not many people are excited for this film. Whereas you see other films like Joker getting a lot more hype around it for just this one R-rated movie that a lot of people, like me, can't really go see. But I'm still hyped about it because I'm like, this could be an Oscar-winning, comic book movie with people. Unlike this one that's just an Oscar-winning comic book movie that is animated. And I think that that'd be pretty cool if it won, if Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor and they won Best Film. I think that'd be epic. So Galaxy's Edge is currently failing in the numbers department. And a lot of people are saying that it's going to get completely rebranded, completely redone. Now, I don't think this is going to happen for a while if it does happen. Because first off, Rise of the Resistance has to open at both parks. And then, if it still is failing, they're going to do something to try to get their attendance numbers up. Because Disneyland's attendance numbers have actually gone down since the land opened. And Hollywood Studios numbers haven't really done anything. It's just kind of been normal for this time of year. And we had a hurricane. The land's underperforming compared to Toy Story Land, which is still performing great. But Galaxy's Edge is just kind of there, and people go to it, but it's very expensive currently to go to Disney. So what I see happening if Rise of the Resistance doesn't boost land attendance in both parks is a drop in prices of both hotels and the tickets. Because as you know, Disney likes to raise prices when things are successful, but with something like this that is very unsuccessful, I'm seeing currently that by the end of next year, we could have a complete shift in direction of the Disney company. Bob Iger could be fired. Who knows what's going to happen? Because the fiscal year for the Walt Disney Company ends this month. So you could see a lot of stockholders or board members being like, you gotta go. You're making bad decisions. Or people telling that to Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think it's going to happen. Kevin Feige, he's doing great over at Marvel. Marvel is doing very, very well for themselves. Can we all just applaud Marvel right now? Yeah. Marvel's doing great for themselves. Kevin Feige is still running that company pretty well. They aren't running it into the ground yet, which is very, very good. Anyways, we could see some big leadership changes when this fiscal year ends for the Disney company. I know that this is a lot of things that aren't really pop culture related, but we're getting there. So, if they don't see a increase in guest flow and revenue with the Rise of the Resistance opening in both parks, mostly Disneyland. Disneyland's the big problem right now, because Hollywood Studios is also going to have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opening soon in next year, so they could, and Ratatouille opening over in Epcot, so there's a lot of things opening next year in Disney World that could still drum up enough attendance to where they can say, see, look, spike of attendance. Boom, guys, look, we're doing great for ourselves. So Disney World, I don't think is going to be the main problem or indicator here on what's going to happen. But I do think that Disneyland, if it continues to not be successful, we're going to see cuts in prices and hotels. Now, originally Disneyland was going to completely overhaul I don't know what side, but there was a side of Downtown Disney in Anaheim that was going to get completely overhauled with a brand new hotel, dining, and everything. It was going to be a value resort, but the city of Anaheim said, you can't do that. So, of course, they are trying to make it how the resort is a little bit more affordable and a resort. So, if Disneyland continues to see very bad numbers for Galaxy's Edge, I think that maybe we'll see a rebranding in 5 years. But first we're going to see drops in prices, and the next part, which is new attractions. We're going to see new attractions and experiences. We're going to see things that were originally promised when they announced the land. So walk around droids, aliens, those types of cool interactions that they said, hey, look at this, because we know that they can do them. They tested them in 2017 at D23 Expo. They tested the roll-around droids, and they were proven that they work. We know that they work. So I would see them rolling things like that out and being like, hey, come here. Kind of like when Pandora got its little mech thing for the 20th anniversary of Animal Kingdom. They could just kind of throw these things in and for the 50th anniversary in 2021 and say, new life into this dying land. Also, in the new Imagineering in a Box series thing, partnership with Khan Academy, you saw, if you watched it, they were testing this roll-around, walk-around creature that was going to be this bantha thing that was going to transport guests throughout the land, kind of like the Main Street vehicles. I think that this third attraction, if they had kept it in the land, would have been insanely cool and really just helped. It would have helped because it would have been a great second attraction at opening, because it's not really the most intensely over technologically advanced thing in the world, so they could easily have rolled it out at open, and they could have had two attractions, the two insanely expensive building things, and Oga's Cantina, and people probably would have been like, oh, there's not just a video game and hundreds of dollars to be spent. There's a video game and this cool Star Wars creature that you can ride. Epic. But they didn't do that. They cut prices and they decided to make more Disney Plus shows that nobody wants. We don't want a High School Musical show. Nobody does. I think that we just need to slow down, Disney. We need to slow down. We need to think, and then do these things. Let the thing drop. Let Disney Plus drop, and then let people say that it's good, and then be like, hey, those of you who haven't, you know how people like this already? Well, it's going to get even better with these things. Boom. And then announce them. Just wait. Just hold on. It's going to be okay. People are going to like The Mandalorian, hopefully. Star Wars will be great eventually. They just need to hold on and make 2 more attractions in Galaxy's Edge. I'll be making another couple Galaxy's Edge videos on how to fix it for Disneyland, because I personally like it. I haven't been there, but I personally like it. But that way it can drum up more attendance. I have a plan that I'm going to discuss in the next episode of Good Morning Pop Culture on how they could fix it. But this has been dragging on for way too long. So, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to let me know by dropping it a like below and or your opinion, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. As always, be positive.